This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Superheroes come in all shapes and sizes. They don't always meet in an underground fortress. Sometimes they meet in places that appear to be very ordinary to most people. But inside, there are heroes in training. Some are smart, strong, or brave. Maybe they can build cities, or heal people when they get hurt. But even superheroes need some help sometimes. With your support, we can change the world. Together, we are a force that can't be defeated. Support the club. Save the world. Support your local superheroes and donate now to the Boys and Girls Club of Noblesville at bgcni.org.
Being part of a community is more than just living in the same place. It's sharing the same values, like honesty and compassion. For the caregivers of Community Health Network, that means always being open and upfront about how much treatment will cost, and working hard to find ways to help you cover those costs. Because when our community thrives, we all thrive. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry-out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville, if you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore? It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Good evening, and welcome to today's broadcast of Indiana High School Lacrosse on Hamilton County TV, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 30 years in the business. We'd also like to take a second to thank our other great sponsors, including Noblesville Trophies, Gaylor Electric, Chuck Goodrich, President and CEO, Community Health Network, Hamilton County Tourism, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Jamie Carissimo, Carpenter Realtor, Blades Audio, Video and Security, Schwartz's Bait and Tackle, Wofford Theater, Summer Movies, Hamilton County Reporter, and you are watching HCTV Sports presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners in Noblesville. Well,
and now it's time for your 2022 Noblesville Boys Lacrosse team. Number 3, Aaron Bell. Number 6, Jacob Purvis. Number 7, Braden Carpenter. Number 8, Colin Tabaka. Number 11, Gavin Brown. Number 16, Jacob Ralph. Number 17, Mason the Creamer Kramer. Number 20, Joey Wilhelm. Number 22, Christian Harris. And number 28, Mac Burnett.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
we have a beautiful afternoon here set for two high school lacrosse games here between Westfield High School and Noblesville High School. Noblesville High School wearing white shorts and white jerseys. Westfield wearing white shorts and green jerseys. My name is Kyle Kreutzinger, alongside my co-host Andy McIntyre. Andy, it's good to be alongside you here again this evening.
Yeah, great to be back for another beautiful night of lacrosse.
We had the opportunity to do another game prior this last week, so we're here back for the second broadcast here this week between these two rivals. This is definitely a rivalry game in and of itself. These two teams are within the same conference here in the HCLC Lacrosse Conference, of which Westfield is 1-0 and Noblesville is 0-1. Again, this is a very big game for these two teams. Westfield has beaten Noblesville the last 3 years. There was a dramatic game that was played here last in 2019 in the playoffs where Noblesville came back from an 11-point deficit, ultimately losing that game in the playoffs for Westfield to advance. But these games are always very, very good and very, very close. Westfield posts an overall record of 8-4. Noblesville posts an overall record of 3-8. And Westfield's last big game was a 21-6 win over Bishop Chittard. Noblesville last played Carmel, losing 2-20. However, playing Concordia on Saturday, winning 20-5. Here's the opening face-off X. No possessions called here. Now we have possession, so we have Aaron Bell, number 3, winning that possession, winning the face-off.
Yeah, sometimes those things get ugly, and you just have to be the one to dig it out. He found a way to do it. That gives Noblesville possession. Looks like they're having a difficulty retaining possession here. Very aggressive defense, playing way outside the box by Westfield. Noblesville with a touch. Move back to the middies, and they'll settle up.
Noblesville looking to push that offense a little bit too quickly there with the turnover.
Westfield on the attempted clear right now. Knocked down by Noblesville. They retain possession. Again, very aggressive defense by Westfield. You see them all the way out at the, well, on the football field, the 40-yard line, 42-yard line.
Okay, turnover there by Noblesville. Ball's retained.
Oh, we've got a flag down. That's going to be a slash to the head, probably.
So that's a delayed whistle because, again, Noblesville has to get that ball on the ground and retain possession. So Westfield has a chance to get a free play here. They're still even strength, 6 on 6.
Yeah, they're going to be able to work towards a good shot here. They can take a little bit of a risk if they want to because they know they're about to be man up. Shot and a save.
Great low save there by number 28, Mac Bernath, who is not Noblesville's normal goalie. He's filling in for number 18, Ben Wollenman.
Another nice save. Westfield attack coming around the end, coming around goal line extended, and stuffed high by Bernath.
So when we see Westfield, their attacking unit is definitely what their leading overall unit is here for this particular team. That's where a lot of the strength of the team is, especially in 2 particular players that Coach Troy is very particularly fond of, including number 23, Sawyer Strong, who leads the state in points, having a total of 83 points amongst 55 goals and 28 assists, right behind Alex Diekmeyer with 28 goals and 11 assists. So watch for 22 and 23 tonight for the Westfield offense on attack to be very proficient.
Shot wide of the cage there. Noblesville had a good game last week that we last broadcast, where their man-down defense was stellar. They were able to kill a couple of penalties against them. Let's see if they can do the same here.
So I believe we have a 1-minute slashing penalty. Was that right?
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Oh. Possession back to Westfield. Noblesville had a nice takeaway there again on a man-down situation.
Noblesville's penalties released, so they're going back to 6 men back on the field. A lot of crafty skip passes here from Westfield. Good turnover there by number 30, Nick Post.
Noblesville on the attempted clear. Long pole's got it.
No over and back there, Andy, because Noblesville had not gotten a touch there in their own offensive zone. So number 8. We're going to have a timeout here by Westfield's by Coach Troy. While we have a bit of a dead ball situation, we'll take a second to continue to thank our sponsors, including Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 30 years. Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them directly at area code 317-773-7200 and visit their website at www.loganstreetsigns.com. Remember to, obviously, of course, follow them on Facebook. So we're seeing here in the first opening minutes of this game, good possession by both teams, really, for Noblesville and for Westfield, each having basically one solid chance each to have an offensive possession. We saw Noblesville again do a good job of killing that man-down opportunity for that 1-minute slash. And Mac Bernath looking strong right away with, I believe, 2 saves right off the bat. So we want to make sure to continue to see a strong game from him, a strong game from Noblesville's defense to stop this incredibly proficient Westfield offense.
Yeah, they're going to have to bring a high level of play all of tonight to have a good shot at this one. And this, as you said earlier, this is a rivalry game. This was always great when I was coaching. I mean, you get a lot of these kids. It's the town next door. You grew up. You probably knew some people from there. Probably played summer ball or whatever with a few of them. So it's definitely a rivalry game for sure.
The State Road 32 crosstown rivalry.
There you go.
Okay, Westfield's going to start with the ball here at the top of their offensive box, starting with number 7, Zach Altercruz. And again, we are in an even man situation here, 6-on-6.
Westfield playing sort of a hybrid offense here. We have 3 mids up high, 3 attack down low, but no one on the left wing, and they tend to float in and out of whoever they've got over on the left wing there. We've noticed a few shooters in the shoot-around that are very comfortable from outside.
Early crease call there by number 7, but that was a good pass to him to number 23, Sawyer Strong, who would have had a shot and goal, but that penalty or that goal and shot was waved off due to a crease violation.
Yep. Noblesville very patient on the clear attempt here.
And I think that's what we're going to see from these guys. They know that Westfield's going to try and dictate the tempo, try and push hard.
Yep.
So they're going to try and run their offense, maybe a little.
That failure to advance.
It's a failure to advance. Remember, these guys have 20 seconds to get it over the midfield line to the offensive zone. No, we're going to get a timeout. So Coach Mark probably recognized that.
Yep.
He's counting in his head the 20 seconds. He probably got to 17 or 18 or maybe even 19 and called timeout.
Yep.
I'd like to say that was one I might have taught him years ago, but that was always one I was good for.
Yeah. Yeah, they were being very patient there, but they did risk running out of time, so I think that's probably a good timeout.
So we see 3 officials here in the middle of the field, 3-man crew here for the varsity game, including Paul Dineline, Scott North, and Chris Crediford. These 3 gentlemen are taking a second to grab a stick from each team, from Westfield and Noblesville, to check the legality of the sticks, make sure the ball doesn't stay in the stick pocket for too long and roll out easily. Make sure that the stick has the appropriate length, make sure it's not too pinched. He's going to hold that stick almost vertically straight up in the air to see if that ball rolls out or doesn't. Just a procedural call. They just usually typically grab 2 short sticks and make sure the legality of the game. Nobody's trying to have an extra advantage by having a favorable stick.
Yeah, sometimes the sticks that are within the tolerances at the beginning of the season can become warped or deformed over the course of the season and get into illegal territory. Got a 2-on-1 situation here, but a nice job by Noblesville to get through it and get a touch. Looking in the middle, that was a long crossfield pass. Westfield bringing in a late substitution actually ended up in a really good spot to pick that up and turn it into a transition opportunity.
Looks like for Noblesville we see number 6, Jake Purvis, who we did not see the other week, last week versus North Central. He was down with an injury there for a little while, but he is back on the field now. He's a senior, going to play college lacrosse next year for Colorado State University in Pueblo, alongside number 3, his good friend Aaron Bell. So it's good to see him back on the field again. Both those guys are seniors, and we'll see to watch him push the tempo.
Sawyer Strong with a quick move around the right side of the crease and dumps it home. No late slide.
So that was an unassisted goal, like my colleague said, wrapping around back from the backside. Right-handed shot and goal by number 23, Sawyer Strong. Again, the offense is really going to push through him. He's only a junior, graduates not next year but the year after, and he has already had an early commitment here from Grove City to play college lacrosse next year, speaking of college lacrosse. So this is a gentleman who, again, has really shown a lot of proficiency here this mid-portion of the lacrosse season. Ball's back at the face-off X here for the second time. Noblesville does win possession again, so that's a 2-0 for Noblesville as far as face-offs are concerned.
Long stick midi Mason Kramer moving the ball down to attack. And a possession by Noblesville.
Noblesville's going to get their offensive personnel on the field. Long shot by number 6, Chris Purvis, or Jake Purvis. He's again excited to be back on the field, but that was probably a 20-yard shot at least. Good ride by Purvis there, number 6. He had a chance to turn the ball over. That was close to a failure to advance by Westfield, so that's good. Noblesville's going to turn the ball over here at the midline and retain possession by number 11, Gavin Brown, here on field right. Swings it up to Purvis. We'll see if they get their personnel on the field and run their offense.
Westfield seems to be sitting in a zone defense right now.
That's exactly right. They're gonna dictate, and Noblesville would have an advantage here probably to move a guy to the crease position down there in the hole. Because I believe that they've probably seen the film here of Noblesville, Westfield has, and knows that they have a tendency to want to try and shoot outside. So they say, Noblesville, no problem with that. We'll run a zone. We'll force you to shoot outside, and we'll take your 20-yard plus shots by Purvis, and we'll stop those all day. Especially proficient is number 6, Westfield's goalie, Spencer Ellis. He's at 60% save efficiency for the year, so he is having a tremendous season. In particular, Coach Troy's very impressed with him. I believe his stat was 99 goals against and 148 saves, giving him a 60% save efficiency.
Yeah. A quick turnover by Westfield. Back to Noblesville possession. Noblesville now running a 1-3-2 offensive set.
We'll probably see Westfield move. They're going to switch defenses here, just
they're
depending
like
on what they do, because you can see what Coach Mark did. He's putting a guy back on the crease.
Shot on goal there.
They're going to switch to a man defense again.
Yep.
And try and hope that they're just going to confuse the younger players from Noblesville who don't have as much experience as the team from Westfield. Westfield actually only has 3 seniors this year, so they're a relatively young team too, a big junior class who's had experience. But
great cross move, great cross cut right in front of the crease. 7, Braden Carpenter.
Shot by number 9, Will Chadwell, goes left of the cage.
A little wide of the cage.
Yep, Westfield's back into a man defense now.
Yep. Possession, Braden Carpenter. Shot coming. Goal!
Shot.
Noblesville. Number 10, Jack Snyder.
So I think that was an assist from number 7, Braden Carpenter, and a goal from Jack Snyder. So that's terrific.
Yeah, coming out of that scrum, everybody going after the ground ball, there was a little bit of not everybody had their man marked up defensively, and Snyder managed to find himself in front of the cage with a nice, hard shot. Brings the score at 1-1 with 3:28 left in the first.
There's a win for Westfield. Attack's going to jump on him right away.
Oh, he caught him for an offsides, but the midi was back. Don't like to second guess the refs, but he did step offside for a moment. There was a midi back, and he stepped back onside. Then the midi crossed over, but they're going to get him for the technical offside. It's hard. Those attacks, want to ride aggressively, and they want to bring it right up to the midfield line, but sometimes you are a little too aggressive.
So Westfield's going to be back into a man-up opportunity here. Quick one, there's just a technical. I believe that's just for that's a shot and goal by Sawyer again, number 23.
Yep.
I didn't see if that was assisted or not.
Yeah, probably is going to end up with assist from the wing. It was a quick catch and release. You see on the replay here. It's just a give and go, really. Boom, boom.
Yep, that's an assist all day.
Yep.
Number 3, Owen Foreman with the assist for the goal by Sawyer Strong. So we mentioned this the other night, Andy. We hear the defense for Noblesville calling out who's first, second, and third slide on the event of a fast break, which we're probably going to get here for Westfield. They want to know who slides first, second, and third to stop the fast break. That's why they're calling out those numbers.
Wow. Left-handed goal.
I thought that was on the outside, but nope, that was in the goal.
He just found the little crease in the goal. There wasn't much there. It was a pretty low-angle shot.
So we've already got a hat trick here for number 23 Sawyer Strong. With 2 minutes and 46 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, we've already seen 3 goals from him. So Coach Mark's going to again try to set his tempo and to dictate his team's runability. But I'm sure he scouted Sawyer right away. But so far the defense is having to make sure to keep stopping him. Absolutely.
That's also 3 face-offs in a row that Westfield's won, coming off the first 2, which were Noblesville victories on the face-off. Tried the cross-crease pass there. Didn't quite have it.
So that was just, again, a little bit of what's called dummy lacrosse to some degree. These guys are just going to they're going to set a play. Everybody's going to run towards the middles, try and set some off-ball screens, set the attackman back at X just to look and see who gets open. Noblesville's defense is coming together here to try and talk about what happened, how they can avoid that, and that's really a matter of communication. Noblesville's running a man defense here. You can, a lot of times if they've practiced enough zone, you can talk about passing guys off in that instance just to be aware to run a little bit of a zone. But again, Westfield's just trying to get Noblesville's defense to be confused by running screens right there in the hole. Right there, basically, which is roughly that spot from the 20-yard line to the 10-yard line right in front of the goal.
Yep. 4th possession in a row right off the face-off. Number 4, Luke Lewis, face-off specialist for Westfield. They're going to go back into that 1-4-1 high again. They got all their players at least 10 yards off the crease, and they're going to go for those picks again, moving off ball. And now they're back into a more traditional set.
So much like their defense, they're going to switch between sets within possessions.
Yep.
It takes a skilled and disciplined team that's had a lot of practice doing that to be able to pull it off successfully.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It was a nice hard bounce shot. Great save. Mindful of the clock.
Turnover there by Noblesville. Ball's going to get turned over here with Westfield.
That's going to be a flag.
We're going to get a push from behind on number 9 for Noblesville, Will Chadwell. Flag's down.
That'll be a 30-second penalty. Yep.
So Westfield's going to get their man-up offense here back on the field. Noblesville will be back to man down. We'll see if Noblesville keeps that same personnel. They're going to put number 13, Maddox Thomas, on the crease to continue to be that rotational guy in the hole.
Westfield with a short 30-second man-up opportunity, so they're going to get right into a situation where they can get a shot off fairly quickly. Underhand shot went left of the cage.
Shot low to high by 23 Sawyer Strong. Remember, this is just a quick penalty here, so if Noblesville can get a kill, that'd be great.
Top to the midi. He's going to shoot. Wide of the cage.
Westfield's doing a good job of having their, whether it's a skip pass or a perimeter pass, trying to get Noblesville's defense to rotate.
Yep.
That's what you want to try and do, just to get an odd man situation by getting that defense to rotate. Noblesville did kill that penalty, so now they're back to 6-on-6, even strength.
Inside roll dodge, Sawyer Strong. The goal. That was a physical move there. He was matched up against 16 Jacob Ralph. I think he was able to out-physical him on that inside roll dodge.
He knew that Maddox, number 13 for Noblesville, was down low in that low spot.
13, yeah. Maddox Thomas.
Well, Jacob Ralph did slide over to him, but Maddox had him. He likes that. That's every attackman, especially if you're the most proficient attackman in the state. You savor at that kind of opportunity to try and get a short stick defenseman guarding you. So he was going to try and pull an invert, but Maddox didn't slide too far out. He just had the inside roll dodge and a great move, shot and goal.
Yep. It's 5 in a row now for Lewis. And they're going to have a shot on goal. Good save.
Great save by number 28, Mack.
Mack with a Gilman clear.
And the reason why he did that is because this quarter has ended. That did sneak up on us, didn't it, Andy?
It did.
We were wondering what he was doing there, unless he was terrified. But anyway, this first quarter does end with Westfield leading, Noblesville trailing 5-1. And we will be right back here as we play a 30-second commercial.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
And we're back here as we continue into the start of the second quarter here as referees do check our players' sticks. Talking about both these teams, we definitely see a lot more Westfield possession as we start or at the end of that first quarter. This is an offense that's ranked, or excuse me, an entire team rather, that's ranked number 8 in Division 2A compared to a Noblesville team that's ranked number 14, just outside, on the outside looking in as far as state rankings. Teams 1 through 12 in each 2A and 1A division, based on the size of the school, will get a chance to reach the playoffs. And right now we're at a roughly midpoint of the season, maybe start of the back half of the season. So players are starting to pay closer attention to the rankings that come out weekly. And
we have a penalty flag
We've
down.
got a penalty flag down here for an illegal stick. I'm not sure whose it is, Noblesville
I don't know either.
Or Westfield. That's a Noblesville. No,
that's a 1 minute illegal.
They're going to mark it's a Westfield player.
Yep.
So they let Noblesville have their stick back. And he
haven't identified who it is.
He will not be able to use that stick again. Coach Troy is going to go over and talk to him to try and figure out what the situation is.
That should be start of a possession, Noblesville. No face-off. I don't see anybody in the box, though, for Westfield at this point. Starting attack still on the field.
Noblesville will get the ball, though. You're correct there.
But who's in the box? Well, Noblesville, regardless, starting in a man-up situation.
Looks like it's on number 14.
Yeah, there he is, yep.
So Noblesville here, I believe it's their first man-up opportunity of the evening or of the day.
They've got a minute, so they've got some time to be patient and work the ball around. Moving the ball to X. Braden Carpenter with a shot and a goal.
Great shot by number 7, Braden Carpenter, assisted from number 22, Christian Harris.
That was well set up. Moving the ball to X, and allowing the middies to get some space up top. Got separation and was able to get a quick release.
I know that one thing Coach Mark had talked about, I had a chance to speak to him a little bit before this game on some of the things he's working on, and he was looking to continue to see big games from both 22, Christian Harris, and number 10, Jack Snyder. And I know those were two guys that we saw that had big games on last Wednesday for our game against North Central. So that goal was by number 7, Braden Carpenter, and that penalty does still remain, Andy. So Noblesville's got a chance here for the face-off to again retain possession and continue to be man up. So we've got a 10-on-9 situation, Noblesville with the advantage.
Yeah, the far side of the field, as you notice, there's no Westfield player out there. Noblesville does retain possession off the face-off. Actually, a transition.
Great help defense there by Westfield on that slide to stop that fast break. They knew where Noblesville was going to try and push it with number 10, Jack Snyder.
Yep. Now Westfield in a man-down clear opportunity. I don't think they've got too long remaining in that penalty, but check. Great defensive check. Number 8, Colin Tabaka. Westfield manages to come up with a loose ball, and now they're going to get a shot on goal potentially.
Good stop by 16, Jacob Ralph.
Yeah, that was almost going to be a one-on-one with the goalie. That's a great defensive stop. A nice check as well on the shot there.
Same thing, good lift by Ralph as well as he was shooting. Westfield still man down. We'll see if Noblesville comes out and wants to push two guys on the offensive player at the same time, or they're going to keep somebody in the hole. Yep, they're going to keep number 30, Nick Post, in the hole.
Yep.
Let him be the free slide.
Yep.
In case one of the one-on-one matchups gets beat, Post is there to slide directly to that guy and stop ball. It's going to be a turnover by Westfield. Ball's going to be retained about the 30-yard line here for Noblesville for a chance for a clear.
Still just a little bit of time remaining in that penalty. Noblesville might have a chance at another man-up situation in a settled condition. That's offside. Oh, yep, he got him. So Noblesville now with a free play.
Yep, so Westfield does the right thing. They're not staying over the line on whenever they are offside. So this is actually a 6-on-6.
Yep. And it's possession Westfield.
So people might ask why they do that. Well, he's already offside. There's no sense in standing behind the 50-yard line. You're already offside, and you're man down anyway. So get on the other side of the field and try and stop the ball and stop a goal because you're going to be man down regardless.
Yeah. That's when, you always say it makes sense to pay attention in practice. You've got an attackman who's going over now and playing into a man-to-man defense.
So it looks like our illegal stick procedure penalty has released, so 14 is back in the game. But, however, due to that offside penalty, Westfield is man down again. So we'll see if Noblesville can push. They were not able to get a goal on the last one here, the last one they just came off of. So here's another adjacent opportunity to get it done again.
Yep, this is the 30-second penalty again, so they're going to try to move the ball quickly into a position to get a shot. Working the ball to X. Man open up top. Good man ball talk there. Nice hard overhand bounce shot.
Great backup by number 19, Ty Miller.
Yep. Here comes the release on the penalty. And we're going to be back at even strength here. 6-on-6.
Noblesville a little bit too slow on that shot. They had two good chances to get shots. We saw one shot there on the far field left, and then another shot there by number 19. Just instead of trying to roll around the guy, you got a half second or a second to get the shot off. Just shoot around him.
Yep.
So here we are back to 6-on-6, as we mentioned. We're even strength. Noblesville retains possession.
Overhand shot there, chest high, goalie save.
That was about a 15-yard shot by number 10, Jack Snyder. And I actually heard a bit of the Westfield defense shouting shot whenever he had the ball, so they knew it was coming. And there's a quick fast break goal by looks like number 3.
Yep.
Owen Foreman. he was a player that Coach Troy Dinkle told me to watch out for here before the start of this game, saying that was kind of one of the players that he was very impressed with. That's filled in for some of another one of the attackmen who I believe Westfield had lost due to injury. So Foreman was one of those guys that's kind of starting to get his feet set underneath him. He's a junior attackman who we need to also watch out for on this proficient Westfield offense.
That's going to be a push on Westfield. Noblesville possession, right?
Correct.
Yep. A loose ball push there, so there's no penalty enforced. Missed pass there, Noblesville going out of bounds. It'll be a Westfield clear.
Kind of just a lackluster pass there by number 12, Noah McCoy. Excuse me, that's not correct. Number 12, Noah Reynolds. So here we see.
Oh, we've got a play-on penalty.
I believe that's another offsides call. Yep, you can see
Yep.
Noblesville's attackman there on the wing. I think that's Gavin Brown running over.
Westfield right in front of the goal. Nice shot, nice save.
He stepped over on that offsides call. So again, did the same thing we saw Westfield do. He's just going to continue to push up and try and play defense. Looks like we had a good save by 28 Mac Bernath.
Yeah, Mac Bernath, despite allowing 6 goals, is having an outstanding game right now. The shots that he's allowed in have been point-blank range, which is next to impossible to stop, and he's actually stopped several of those at point-blank range. So Westfield on the man up, 30 seconds. Move the ball to X. Giant skip pass. Oof.
Low to high shot there by number 7, Zach Altercruz with the feed back from behind at X.
23.
Sawyer Strong with the feed.
Yeah, that was a long skip pass all the way from X all the way to the top. And just a nice hard overhand shot there.
So Noblesville's penalty does release. They're back to even strength, 6-on-6, 10-on-10 rather. As we move towards roughly the midpoint here of the second quarter, the score is Westfield 7, Noblesville 2. Got a procedural call here against number 3, Aaron Bell. I believe he went a little early, so the ball is going to stay, or rather be awarded to Westfield's number 4, Luke Lewis. Luke was one of the 3 seniors that Westfield does have. And Luke will be continuing to play his college lacrosse for Louisville next season.
Oh, good shot, good save.
That was actually really good defense by Noblesville.
Yeah.
And a good shot by 13 and an even better save by Mac Bernath.
Yep. Westfield on a transition here. Tipped ball, I think, number 8, Colin Tabaka.
Correct.
Yeah. Patient clear opportunity, knocked down by Westfield. Ball's loose. It's a scrum.
Great defense. We've got a timeout here by Coach Troy. He was feeling the pressure there, especially from number 16, Jacob Ralph. So he's going to call timeout. While we have a stoppage in time, we'll take a second to thank our sponsor, Gaylor Electric. Gaylor Electric, the highest performing national contractor of excellence. Since 1984, Gaylor Electric's success continues to be built upon the cornerstone of reliable resources, reliable outcomes, reliable insights, fueled by our genuine care for people. Gaylor Electric, along with Chuck Goodrich, President and CEO, are proud sponsors of Hamilton County sports. So it's good to see some of the Noblesville players here that are back for this game, especially, like we say, number 6, Jacob Purvis. And speaking with Coach Mark prior to the game, one thing he had mentioned was that this was a team that had gotten bitten by the injury bug throughout the tough portion of the season that you see typically in midseason. As these guys enter into the conference, this is the second conference game for both of these teams. Westfield taking care of the job against Avon, Noblesville falling to Hamilton Southeastern earlier, I believe, the week before last. A lot of times you'll see guys where they play 2-3 games a week in a 2 or 3 day span. So that, alongside the extracurricular of lacrosse, compared with their academic studies and everything else they're involved with, can really wear down on guys, especially this time of year. But it's important to keep your focus, and Coach Mark is starting to see some of his players come back. So that was one thing he was absolutely excited about, having this game, having a few of his guys back.
Shot wide of the cage there, number 7, Zach Altercruz. Sawyer Strong inbounding the ball.
Little quick feed there on the backside from Sawyer Strong over to number 3,
Owen Foreman.
Owen Foreman, who Coach Troy told us to watch out for.
Yeah, Foreman listed as a midfield on our official roster of Westfield, but he clearly has been filling in for attack, as you found out, and 2 goals tonight in the attack position.
He was filling in for one of their consistent starting attackman, Noah Reynolds, who fell to injury. I'm not sure what his injury was, but he hasn't been playing the last few games. And as we can see, Owen's not afraid to step in to fill in for Noah's shoes. Close. I thought that that number 4 might have gone a little early there from my point of view, but it looked like Aaron Bell went early, so a procedural call awarded to Luke Lewis there against Aaron Bell, who went early. So Westfield's going to set up their offense, get their personnel on the field.
So far with a patient offense. Moving the ball to X. Low pass there. Again, trying to feed the crease. That ball was knocked down by a Noblesville defender.
So if it's not a skip pass from Sawyer or from Owen back from X, it's a crease feed with the wraparound from those guys trying to see who wants to slide. And that's the trouble with an offense like this, is you've got firepower from a lot of different guys. So Westfield's looking to see who's going to slide early. Good save by Mac Bernath, 28, right there in his chest. They're going to see who slides early to him, and whoever's the first one to slide, well, that's who I'm going to feed to, because I know the slide's going to come late from Noblesville's offense as far as the second and third slides, just the way it is.
Yep.
So and that's one thing Coach Troy was proud of, is that this feels, in years past, he might have had only 1 or 2 or 3 guys that really push the offensive tempo. He really feels he's got 6 guys out there at any one particular time that can score a goal.
Yeah.
And with the exception of what we've seen tonight with Sawyer having a handful of the goals, we've seen other goals from other guys too, where I think Coach Troy's absolutely right. You've got a tremendous offense, and you've got to watch out for a lot of different players.
Okay, there's a feed from behind and a shot.
So Noblesville's trying to give Westfield a little taste of their own medicine, try and start back at X.
Yep.
Wrap around from Gavin Brown to see if anybody slides, and an up-top feed to Christian Harris. Those two have been playing lacrosse together for a number of years.
Oh, it's Harris, thank you.
Being in the same, roughly the same, in the same grade, but going through the youth programs together into high school.
Yep.
Both of which are junior players for Noblesville.
Westfield probably not going to have a transition opportunity, but they're pushing it, and that cost them.
Good defense. That looked like I think that was 7, Braden Carpenter.
Yep, it was.
Good
It was
stop
very good
defense. He's going to need some help there. He's going to be gassed running down the field, running back up it here.
Yeah, Westfield was pushing a transition where they really didn't have numbers up. They were actually down 2, and they continued to push, and it cost them the turnover. Looks like a timeout. That's a referee's timeout.
Something about they don't want to see
Photographer
want to
in
see
the
the
back.
photographer get hit.
Yeah.
So that's a stoppage of play from the referees.
That's a safety move. We appreciate that from the refs.
We thank Miss Vicky Bernath, who he's pointing to get involved in the game. She does a great job of taking the Noblesville players' live in-game photos.
Low pass there, controlled by.
So we're going to have a slash here from
Miller,
one of those two defenders.
Yep, they try to low to high check,
and I think that might have been a head. Yeah, just a head, just a little bit of a head clip.
Yep, a little bit. Oh, that's a great move. A little.
Noblesville's going to keep possession.
Yep. That's a big skip pass. Balls to X. It feeds the crease.
Wow.
Shot and a goal.
That whole play from start to finish,
Wow.
you would have thought that play was broken by the time it was up there at top field left.
Yeah.
It was a long pass. I think it was back there to Ty Miller back from behind, who then swung it to the wing, did a little bit of a give and go, came right back in for the inside feed. That was absolutely excellent. That was not something that anybody would have expected to happen, but these guys continue to push. They're not afraid of this Westfield team, who is up on the scoreboard, yes, but let's not forget, as we said at the start of this game, this is a rivalry game. An easy win from either one of these teams. If whoever wins this game is going to sit pretty comfortably for where they are in the ranking. If Noblesville can come away with a close game and a win, that's going to absolutely swing them into playoff contention, and you better believe they know that.
Yeah.
Great dig by number 3, Aaron Bell, with a ground ball. By number 9, Will Chadwell.
Lewis had won like 5 in a row there, and now he's lost 2 out of the last 3. So Noblesville finally responding on the face-off. Really hard to win the game when you don't start with possession. There's a low to high shot. Christian Harris missed the cage a little bit.
Good attempt there by Chadwell. Again, they're on man up there, so he was going to try and see if the defense was going to fall for his stick fake, his pass fake, and try and rip a shot.
Oh, dangerous pass there into the middle of the field. That's usually a no-no for the goalie. But they managed to find their way out of it and into a 1-to-1 transition and shot and goal. Number 3,
unassisted
again,
goal by
Owen Foreman.
I think that's his second for the night.
Third
for the night.
Yep.
So that was a man-down goal by Westfield, just on an unfortunate miss of a pass there for a chance for Noblesville to grab that ball at midfield. They were trying to push for one of the middies as they were on the clear, but Westfield's player actually missed the pass, as you could see, and then Foreman just grabbed that ground ball, pushed. Noblesville couldn't get back in time, and they kind of were resting on their laurels thinking that they were man up, they'd be able to stop the ball. Well, that came back to bite them.
Yeah.
So we have about 2 minutes and 15 seconds here in the second quarter with the score 9 for Westfield, Noblesville 3. And you got to like what you're seeing from Aaron Bell and the Noblesville offense at the face-off X, because I'd probably say it's about 50-50 here.
Yep. Oh, in the back door. Oh, tried to dunk it home.
That was a good feed back behind. I think that was from Gavin Brown up to Christian Harris.
Yep. Now they're looking at a transition again. Westfield coming back, misses the pass, and that allows time for the Noblesville defenders to get back.
And that was all day Spencer Ellis, number 6, goalkeeper for Westfield. That was a doorstep shot by a strong left-handed left-handed shooter.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to say 90% of the time that shot's going to fall, but that's a testament to what a strong goalkeeper Ellis is. You hear Coach Troy yelling from the wing, no hero lacrosse. We want to try and play team lacrosse here. Nothing too fancy where you're just going to try and ISO that ball back from X there. Alter Cruz, pass that ball a little bit, work your team, try and get some possession.
The feed into the middle to Alter Cruz. Oh, wow. Caught it, retained possession, and then a low shot.
Not much Mac Bernath can really do there. The ball just fell on the ground, and just lucky scoop up there by number 7, Zach Alter Cruz, who just had that quick stick. Grab the ground ball, get your stick up, shot, goal. So with about a minute here, the score is Noblesville 3, Westfield 10. It definitely feels a lot closer than that. they'll let the score dictates, and I would hope that the Noblesville team believes that because from the sideline here, this has been a very exciting game.
Yeah, again, Noblesville continuing to fight. Here we are, the transition opportunity. Dump out to the wing. Oh, look for the cross pass.
It was just a cross-field feed. He was trying to go up there to Snyder.
Yep. It seems like they may be pushing a little bit hard on offense now, and I know being down 10-3 and under a minute to go, you do want to push, but they're going to have to look for patient opportunities in the second half to work their way back into this. Westfield cognizant, 20 seconds on the clock now. Shot and a goal. That was a bounce shot.
That's the first goal we've seen by number 13, Austin Hester, unassisted.
Yep.
So as we wrap up and finish our second quarter here, we'll take a second to appreciate our sponsor, Church, Hiddle, and Antrim, attorneys at law. Since the establishment of Church, Hiddle, and Antrim in 1880, our neighbors, community leaders, businesses, and school districts have placed their trust in us to solve their most challenging legal issues. We have a rich history of helping our clients when they need it most. Give us a call at area code 317-773-2190 or simply visit the website at cchalaw.com.
Westfield with a possession. 5 seconds. Shot. Save. Bernath. Send it. And that's it.
So that's going to be a wrap here on the first half with the score. Noblesville falling 3 goals to 11 to Westfield's 11 goals. We will take a break as both teams get a chance to review things on the sideline, review how the game's going, and we will take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with more exciting high school lacrosse action.
Superheroes come in all shapes and sizes. They don't always meet in an underground fortress. Sometimes they meet in places that appear to be very ordinary to most people. But inside, there are heroes in training. Some are smart, strong, or brave. Maybe they can build cities, or heal people when they get hurt. But even superheroes need some help sometimes. With your support, we can change the world. Together, we are a force that can't be defeated. Support the club. Save the world. Support your local superheroes and donate now to the Boys and Girls Club of Noblesville at bgcni.org.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville, if you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Imagine a health system where care extends into the streets and neighborhoods where we live. A hospital that listens in any language. With doctors who look like you, who understand there are barriers between you and your health that can't be treated with a prescription. Imagine a hospital named after the people it serves, by the community, for the community. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Being part of a community is more than just living in the same place. It's sharing the same values, like honesty and compassion. For the caregivers of Community Health Network, that means always being open and upfront about how much treatment will cost, and working hard to find ways to help you cover those costs. Because when our community thrives, we all thrive. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
And we are pushing into the end of the dead time here as we continue to carry on in this game of the HCLC matchup and rivalry game of Noblesville High School versus Westfield High School. As we continue to come back together, the score is Noblesville 3, Westfield 11. We had mentioned as we were ending there the second half that this game, it feels close. We know the score is certainly with Noblesville down by 8 goals, but it feels a lot closer to that, mainly because of the face-off X possession, and even the fact that Noblesville and Westfield have almost seemingly been 50-50 on face-off wins. Noblesville is just not getting their fast breaks to fall as easily and efficiently maybe as Westfield has. Yeah, Westfield has a number of goals in transition, and they really started out in the first quarter. Noblesville spotted up Sawyer Strong, and he just had 3 quick goals there that really kind of took the wind out of their sails for just a minute. And then it's really been, again, despite the score, actually a very even game. If I'm Coach Mark, one thing I mentioned here in the halftime, despite being down, it's all about possession. Possession. If we can continue to make smart passes, easy passes, Westfield's not pushing out on defense. We'll see if they change here a little bit in the second half, but they weren't pushing out too aggressively on defense, and we know that these guys, both teams, but especially in that second quarter with Noblesville, the passes were coming. We saw that tremendous opportunity they had with the goal that Noblesville had for their most recent goal there, for the third one they had in the second quarter. Just keep getting possession, and your shots and your goals will fall. Aaron Bell, with a great face-off and a possession, took a quick shot there after he'd beaten most of the defense to get a touch. Noblesville lucky to retain possession behind the X. So Noblesville's going to win that face-off. Great job by Aaron Bell. He's going to get off the field and continue. They're going to get their personnel on, which we see now. Ball's up top field left with Christian Harris. Ball moves to X. Back out to the wing. Low pass. Now it's a fight for the ball. Westfield scoops it up. And they're going to have a transition opportunity here. It's not a fast break, but it's a transition and a shot and a save. Every dream of every LSM or D-pull is to have a swim move on an attackman and then continue to push in transition. Yep. Didn't work out there for number 24 for Westfield, but a good attempt. Bernath with a good save and an outlet pass that was a little low. Ended up bouncing over the head of the Noblesville player. Good little double team there by Noblesville. Westfield still retains possession. I'm not sure if they've got a touch in. Referees aren't counting anymore. They're not counting, yep, so they're going to just assume there was a touch there. Strong moves across crease pass, and Strong missed. Strong to Owen connection. We see that again. Look for it. Missed it out wide. Noblesville's going to have a clear opportunity. Jacob Relf bringing the ball in. Westfield's still on that man ride. They're not going to try and change that up. It's a good little jump there by Foreman. Bernath with a long pass. It's got to be interference. No call. Ball out of bounds. Westfield ball. Strong ride by the attack, but Westfield manages to clear. And now pushing again into the middle of the defense. Good ride by 20, Joey Wilhelm. That is a good ride. Westfield retains a possession off the loose ball. 14, Zach Lunsford on that clear. Comes out, substitute in for... Oh, quick shot by Owen there. Missed the cage wide right. Good feed by number 15, Theo Dagger, to that cross crease pass to number 3, Owen Foreman. Foreman's going to cut. Nope, he's not going to see that. Missed pass up top. Check up opportunity for... Nope, Westfield offside. Yep, that's going to be Noblesville ball. That was a good little goose attempt there by number 10, Bo Bettis, but he's going to... They gave that to Westfield. Westfield player stepped offside. Well, again, regardless, a great little goose there by number 10, Bo Bettis.
Yep.
That's what you want to see. Try and keep that ball in your offensive zone as long as you don't step over the halfway mark.
Oh, he's going to get a flag down for that. Yep, and that's it. That was a loose check. I don't think there was anything intentional on that low to high check. I think it just slipped off the gloves and managed to clip the face mask.
So we're going to get a 1 minute slashing call on number 8, Colin Tabeka. Braden Carpenter's going to run off to get the Noblesville man down defense back on. We see number 13, Maddox Thomas, come back and resume his role of being on the right side hole. These guys are going to continue to communicate to try and stop this perimeter offense. We see right away that ball's with Foreman there on the right wing, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to run that ball right, try and swing backside to number 23, Sawyer Strong.
Yeah, I'd be looking for Strong to sneak around here. But they're going to be patient to start out. Work the ball up top.
I guess I'm no Tony Romo. I can't predict,
can't immediately
predict the
play. Ooh.
Great backside feed from number 23.
Sawyer
Strong up top. I believe that was that number 7 or number.
That was 15. Theo Dagger.
15. Theo Dagger.
That was a good overhand bounce shot. It hit low right at the edge of the crease and then bounced up and hit off top pipe.
So I think that's Theo's first goal of the day.
Yes, it is. That overhand bounce shot that ends up bouncing low off the crease and hitting high off the top pipe is really, really hard to defend.
Especially on man down.
Yeah. Westfield not afraid of the skip pass. They've definitely practiced those longer passes in practice.
Great defense by number 10, Bo Bettis. That's huge.
They managed to push out the transition opportunity there.
And
Carpenter
again,
from the top.
That's a matter of those guys talking because we're at even strength now. That's a matter of those guys just communicating who's going to slide first. Bettis was right up there right away.
Playing with the free hand. With a ward. Yep.
Playing with the free hand call there by number 11, Gavin Brown. Ball's going to get turned over here to start off with Westfield as they attempt their clear.
I think he got hung up there a little bit. I'm not sure that was an intentional ward, but nonetheless.
Timeout by number 14. Or excuse me, timeout by Westfield. Number 14's upset with the upset with the call. He liked his matchup there against Miller and Brown, but he's go over there and talk to his coach. Say, Coach, I could have legged this up the field, no problem. But at the end of the day, Coach Troy is correct. He was probably more so worried maybe about clock and about just a 2-on-1 opportunity. So that's a good call. It's hard to see. It's hard to see there on the far right, if you're on the sideline, on the far side of the field, where exactly he is. Coach Troy may have thought he was right there on the dancing on the perimeter.
Yeah.
And as we call the timeout here and the coaches review the plays with the offenses and defenses, we'll take an opportunity to take a quick, short commercial break.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
And we're back to action here as we go through that timeout here. The ball is going to stay on the roughly that 45-yard line with Westfield, who just called a timeout, and they're going to review what they want to try and do. So we're going to get a chance for Noblesville and Westfield to settle down a little bit here. Noblesville players have 5 yards, at least 5 yards to stay away, and they cannot attack until the referee blows the whistle. Good defense by number 13, Maddox Thomas, staying leg and leg with number 15 there. Alter Cruz back there on X. He's going to try and maybe do that skip pass that they like so much. And again, we can see Westfield right away, boom, in the middle of the field, setting screens, setting picks, trying to get Noblesville's defense to get confused.
Yep, you have to be constantly talking and have your head constantly on a swivel.
Good defense by number 9, Will Chadwell. They thought they liked that matchup.
Good slide down, number 8, Tabaka. Oh. That was a good dodge.
A good little, I don't want to say a Euro dodge, but just a little shoulder fake there by number 3, Owen Foreman, as he ran across the middle of the field there for an easy right-handed shot and goal against number 28, Mac Bernath. Again, we had mentioned, despite what the score says, with the score now reading 13-3, Mac Bernath has had a great day, especially being a substitute goalie who doesn't usually get normal first-team reps. So I don't think we've seen a change at face-off X from both of these two matchups, number 3, Aaron Bell, and number 4, Luke Lewis.
No, they've been going toe-to-toe all night.
I think Bell won the last one, and there is no possession call, so Lewis hasn't won. There we go. So Lewis did win that face-off X. Ball gets legged up on the far left-hand side by number 14, Zach Lunsford.
Oh, pipe.
Ball hit the crossbar there from a shot from number 23, Sawyer Strong.
I think they're going to get an offside on Westfield there.
Yeah, so we'll get a defensive offside call. I think that was number 21 for Westfield, so there is no penalty there as it was a defensive call. Ball's just going to change possession here and stay with Noblesville, starting off with number 16, Jacob Ralph, with a chance to clear. Good overpass there over to number 8.
Tabaka.
Colin Tabaka. Ball's going to get legged up on the far field right side by Ty Miller.
Move the ball to X. Quick feed into the middle. Shot, but he didn't have a full possession of the ball. Here comes a shot. Oh, good save. Good save.
So that was a quick shot there by number 12, Noah Reynolds. That was one thing we were hopefully recommending that Coach Mark was saying, to get possession and keep shooting because your shots will fall. That's, just a matter of statistics and numbers. You keep putting the numbers on there, and they're good shots, and that was a good shot. It looked like it almost either hit number 6, Ellis's foot, or maybe the bottom of the post. I'm not sure which, but that ball bounced away pretty hard.
Nice move. Shot coming. Now that was a tough shot, tough angle there, doing a right-handed shot as you're sweeping around.
So the defensive coordinator here for Westfield is actually my brother-in-law, Bobby Graham, believe it or not. So he and I have talked a bit about Westfield's defense, and they are led by some strong players. But what I'm seeing here is once Noblesville gets possession and is able to swing the ball around, those slides aren't super aggressive, Andy. They're nothing like it. They're coming out and smacking you in the mouth and pounding. So, and I think Noblesville's recognized that.
Yeah. Noblesville trying to press those feeds into the middle, and they've been unsuccessful converting them in the last couple attempts.
Great defense by number 8. There's a slash call on him.
Yep. Flags down.
So Noblesville's got a delayed whistle.
They got a free play here. Be able to step in and try to make something happen. Oh, hard shot. I think a defender took that one. Yep, Zach Lunsford, I believe, 14, took the brunt of that shot. He's going to get an attaboy from his goalie for that. But that stings. That'll be a nice welt there tomorrow.
So I think we had a slashing call on, I believe that might have been number 17, Keegan Krupp. I might be mistaken if that's who that call was on, or maybe on number 14, Zach Lunsford. But regardless, we're going to get a man-up opportunity here for Noblesville.
They're going to have a minute, so they can be patient.
Penalties on number 8, Tyler Brown. Again, the biggest thing with man-up opportunity, we can see that Noblesville's doing a good job of this, is trying to move that ball quickly to try and get Westfield's defense to rotate.
Yeah, we're even strength now.
Okay, so there goes their opportunity. That was a failed attempt by Noblesville. But we're back to 6-on-6 lacrosse. Going to get a turnover there back at face-off X with a chance to clear here for Westfield.
Good check on it. Westfield with a one-handed ground ball.
Couldn't come up with it.
More aggressive defense. Ball's on the carpet. Another one-handed scoop that didn't come up. And possession, well, Carpenter with possession retains it and legs it over the midfield line.
Great little roll dodge there by Braden Carpenter, who pushes it over to the offense on number 22, Christian Harris.
They're aggressively going after the ball there.
Again, Carpenter's going to be tired. He's going to get that ball out of his hands. He needs a break.
Yep, we had a missed pass there. And now we're going back the other way. Feet into the crease, a little low, a little away.
Yeah, if I'm Westfield here, I've got a defense that's gone down and up at least once and 1.5 times, so they're tired. I'm going to try and push this ball hard.
Yep, take advantage of cutters. Yeah, they're calling it because they know Carpenter's tired. Outstanding defense, good quick slide, great check. Possession. Nicely done. Nicely done.
He's getting straight off the field.
Yes, he is.
Okay, so ball's with Mac Bernath here in the middle of the field, who swings it over to the substituting on midfielder.
It's 12, Reynolds.
Noah Reynolds.
Yep.
Who does a great job evading 2 defenders.
And could not evade the last one. That was Sawyer Strong. He lost possession. Back up. Noblesville. Failure. No, timeout.
We got a timeout by Coach Mark. He was counting the seconds there.
He was. Yep. They were coming close to a failure to advance, but good timeout. It's good. That last midi group is tired right now.
So that was good recognition again, like we saw there from Coach Mark, who's probably communicating to his guys right now. Hey, you guys you've come off 3 shots I think in a row, none of which fell, but you've come off 3 shots in a row of which this defense is not incredibly super aggressive. They're not certainly pushing out, not in my opinion, playing nearly as aggressive as Noblesville's defense, or at least attempting to. So, despite what the score says, this is a game that you can continue to have those small victories of, again, conference opponent, HCLC game. You're not going to give up. Certainly, you're going to continue to keep pushing. So, we know that Mac Bernath, no goalie hardly, whether you're a substitute or not, has the ability to stop those doorstep shots. So you're going to try and prove it on the other end of the field and get your passes to swing, get your shots to fall, keep shooting, keep getting good possession.
Yeah, Noblesville, has to look for the game within the game now. We talked about that during the last broadcast, and really trying to isolate, working in 6-on-6. Getting your good shots, your good looks at the goal. And as you said earlier, they will start to drop. You get good looks at the goal, it just becomes a numbers game.
Despite not having as many shots as Mac Bernath has had, number 6 goalkeeper Spencer Ellis has had a good save. And remember, just because a ball hits the crossbar or hits a post, that still counts as a save for the goalkeeper. So until that ball goes in the backside of the net or misses the goal completely, he's had a great night.
Yep.
Ball's out of bounds there back at X with Gavin Brown. Good job for the defense.
Bo Bettis.
Yep, number 10, Bo Bettis, who did a good job.
You got a ball on the field there. I wonder if they're going to recognize that and get it off. Lunsford just going to leg it. Nope. He's got a man wide.
Good ladder clear, though, by by Westfield on the far side. Again, that's just where they're going to push it on one side. No reason to swing it. Just keep pushing it up the field.
Westfield with a drive up the alley and a goal. That was an unassisted number 17, Keegan Krupp.
And that's a testament to Krupp because Ty Miller was doing a good job. They were communicating. I could hear him from up here. Ty liked his matchup. He stayed with him foot to foot. Krupp just
really wasn't.
There's not much you can do.
There.
That might have been just a backup goalkeeper. They're just trying to take advantage of that, if nothing else. But Ty did a good job of shuffling his feet and keeping with him, and Krupp just shot around him over his left shoulder down the alley, as they say.
Yeah, he just created just enough space for a shot. Again, good defense, good hard shot. Goal Westfield.
So we've had a couple wins in a row here by Luke Lewis, who's coming off the field now to get Westfield's offense on the field. Great
Nice
save
stuff
by Mac.
Good stuff up high.
He knew that was coming.
Yep. Westfield being patient with their offense right now. Being very patient. Pick set on ball.
Pick by number 23, big man Sawyer Strong.
Yep.
He's going to go back and do this. No, he's not.
Good job by the Noblesville defense to not fall for that. That's a really high shot.
High side, sidearm shot by 15 Theo Dagger.
Yep. Feed into the middle, but knocked down by Noblesville defender. I believe that was number 20 who knocked that down. Joey Wilhelm.
Good job of Nick Post, number 30, getting in the hands of number 15, Theo Dagger, before he had that shot there.
Ben McDaniel on Strong, and does a good job forcing him out of the shooting lane.
It's good defense by McDaniel to keep his feet moving.
Yep. He followed through. I mean,
between him and Ralph, they've had a tough matchup the whole night, staying on Owen and Sawyer.
Here comes another pick for the ball. Strong. Owen doesn't take advantage of it. Moves the ball up top to the middies. Hard overhand bounce shot, but missed the cage.
Noblesville's going to play their adjacent offense here. They're going to continue to play man defense.
Westfield doing a substitution. Everyone's high. Look for the feet across the crease.
And that's worked for them for the majority of the night, but lately in this second half, it hasn't quite been as strong.
Altercruise was in the right place at the right time coming off that substitution to pick up that missed pass. Face dodge, number 15, Dagger, and he did take a slash on that face dodge. Altercruise holding the ball.
So that is the end of the third quarter, and the penalty flag is down.
Oh, some extracurricular activity there. Yep, and Noblesville's going to be sitting. 16, Jacob Ralph with a little extracurricular activity. Coach is not going to like that when he sees the film.
So that's going to be 2 flags down for Noblesville, who will probably start this fourth quarter, 2 men down. We'll take a second here to review exactly what happened there at the end of the third quarter as we stop here for a commercial break.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Well, as we start the beginning of the fourth quarter, we'll take a second to recognize our sponsor, Community Health Network. As a leader in the Central Indiana Sports Medicine, Community Health Network has a deep lineup of orthopedic and sport medicine specialists to keep you playing at the top of your game. Whether it's an injury to an extremity or an ACL procedure, community physicians are helping area athletes remain active and competitive. Visit ecommunity.com/sports.
Yeah, so Noblesville's going to start this 2 men down because after the play was dead and the quarter was over, Jacob Ralph threw a little poke check at Theo Dagger's head and connected. And the ref saw it and called him on it, so he's going to be sitting on the bench. So Noblesville's going to be 2 men down, 6-4 advantage for Westfield. This is going to be tough to not come away with a goal here.
How long is the penalty?
Well, I don't know if they called it unsportsmanlike or what. Probably a minute.
I know we finished that third quarter with at least 1 slashing penalty that was a minute long, and depending on the egregiousness of how the referees view Ralph's penalty, that can be anywhere from a minute to 2 minutes.
Shot from up top, Dagger, and they make him pay with a high bounce shot.
Yep, so I think just one of those is going to release. It's going to be that initial penalty only, so Noblesville's going to continue to be man down.
Yep. Oh, no, he's walking back on the field. They released both of them.
And again, that's up to the officials who come together there at the end of that penalty initially to decide. It's their discretion entirely whether they want to have it locked in. That penalty was not locked in here, so based on that goal of Dagger getting that quick goal there to start the fourth quarter, we are back to 6-on-6 action.
There's a play on. Lewis comes up with it. Looks like there's a play on. Dagger sweeps around the end. Into the crease. Shot off the pipe.
Yep, that was a right side pipe save for Mac Bernath.
Good job by Westfield to push that shot. Ended up with a pipe. Noblesville's going to be attempting to clear here. Tabaka moves it up the field. Chadwell under heavy pressure manages to get over the midfield line.
Slashing call, I believe that was on number 8.
Oh my, okay. Well, and okay, here we go. So what's happening, folks, right now, if you're watching this game from home, is that Noblesville and Westfield are rivals. And the score is probably too insurmountable for Noblesville to overcome at this point. And so tempers are starting to flare a little bit, and it's unfortunate when it comes out in a game like this. But, you know, both teams have to really think about keeping their heads. Westfield has to make sure that they are not in danger of taunting Noblesville, and Noblesville has to be aware of the fact that, you know, they're down and it doesn't look like they're going to come back. So they've got to accept what's going on in the game and make sure that they can keep their composure.
And that's one thing you never like to see. And as you mentioned, Andy, this is a rivalry game. These games are always close. But to see a bunch of laundry on the field on one consecutive play means, you know, I can accept one, whereas it was a slash on the Westfield player, I believe, maybe Bettis had that slash on that clear attempt. But then, you know, a strong push by the Westfield player to stop the Noblesville fast break, which then continued to have Noblesville push another player while he's on the ground. It's just it's insurmountable. It's continued penalties here that you never like to see. And what you definitely don't like to see is a player walk off the field, and it looks like we might have, I think that's Gavin Brown maybe walking and trying to take a little bit of a break. No, that's not Gavin. I can't tell who that is there in the far corner that's just taking some breathing reps. But regardless, with all the laundry in the field, we are going to start this possession here.
You just saw for a moment there on the screen Sawyer chatting with our 3 defenders, and they're seemingly coming to an agreement about understanding what the period is in the game here, and I think everybody understands, and hopefully this will calm the game down.
So there's one Westfield penalty I believe is locked in. So we're going to get a timeout here to try and review exactly what happened. Coach Mark is a bit confused, so he's going to see what's going on. And as we take a second to pause for, again, a chance for Coach Mark to review exactly how he's going to get this started, we'll continue to thank our sponsors of Carpenter Realtors. Jamie Carmissimo. Jamie is a full-service hometown realtor who is committed to helping you navigate this real estate market. Have questions about buying or selling your home? Call Carmo for help today. 317-490-3735. So both coaches are approaching referees or officials individually to try and get some clarification on the call. And we have the ability to replay, and I'm sure you folks at home had a chance to see that. I missed it, but again, all I know is I saw that initial clear attempt by Noblesville with a slash by one of the Westfield defenders. And I think that pushed again on the Noblesville offensive zone with a push by one of the players. I'm just not sure who it was, but we saw at least 4 flags down there on the field.
And so they may have called Noblesville for that pushback after the dead ball, which means we might be coming into a 5-on-4 situation here with Noblesville at possession. Still man up at 5-on-4 versus 6-on-5, but we'll have to see. Let the Zebras sort it all out.
And again, the biggest thing here is for the coaches is that no one's upset. You don't want to get a bench conduct penalty. You just want clarification.
Clarification. So you know what you're up against and what strategy you might come out with. And you also want to be able to remind your players of why you're in that situation.
So Westfield's coming off pretty excited here, and the fact they've started off this fourth quarter with 2 early goals right away. We talked earlier roughly at halftime about the importance of having the little mental victories. And one thing that we noticed was the strong offensive performance, especially from Westfield in the second quarter. However, in that third quarter, this was a team that only scored 3 goals. So having scored, I think it was 6 or so in that second quarter. In the third quarter, that was roughly cut in half. So I can't say the momentum is with Noblesville at this point. As you mentioned, Andy, at the start of this fourth quarter, the score was a little bit out of reach for the team, being down by 12. But again, you have to take the good with the bad and continue to push and play smart as we continue into this fourth quarter.
So we've got an
for both
interesting
teams.
situation here. Coach, we are sitting here with 5 Noblesville defenders. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the goalie. Westfield has 1, 2, 3, 4 men on the field. So it is a 5-on-4 situation, but unlike we thought Noblesville was going to start with possession, Westfield starts with possession. So they are down 5-4. This becomes a little bit more like street ball at this point. And they're just trying to run out the clock on these possessions. I don't know that they're going to be looking to run a specific play. Now, of course, they'll take an opportunistic shot on goal if they get it, but they're really just looking to kill clock here, and I think Noblesville is happy to let them do that because it can be a dangerous situation. Westfield clears that penalty, and they're now 5-on-5.
You're going to see, number one, he's going to stick right on Sawyer Strong to try and face guard him, probably I would not be surprised if not for the rest of this game.
Yep.
And then you're going to see that free slide from number 13, Maddox Thomas, who we know has the ability to do it, who's just going to sit right down there and wait. And we've got a couple of these penalties releasing here pretty soon. From the bench area, it looks like we're getting ready to see Ty Miller, number 19. Both penalties are released.
So now we're back at full strength, 6-on-6. Still face guarding Strong. Wrap around the cage by Owen with a lefty shot.
Good ground ball.
Didn't stick
Good
it.
stop by number 8, Colin Tabeka.
Oh, my goodness. Just a garbage goal right there.
So I think that was a ground ball by Colin Tabeka, who tried to set it. Yep, he's going to show Mack again. He tried to set it right there at his feet.
Yes, he did, and it just popped up on him, and Strong was in the right place at the right time for the garbage. A little putback. Well, you can't script that. That's just part of the game.
I think that's at least 6 goals for Strong now tonight.
I think you're right.
Well, like we say, despite the score being 15-3, this has certainly been an exciting game.
Yeah, both teams have had their opportunities. Obviously, Westfield in transition and now garbage has really, put the game away. But the game on the field is very exciting.
Now, how they do the running clock.
So typically, if a team is up by 12 goals and it's up to the referee's discretion, they'll kind of come together and talk about it. They'll do a running clock. I believe we probably have that by now. And you'll see it usually in late third quarters, in early fourth quarters. If a team is running away with one score, they'll do a running clock, and that's what we see now. Now, what we have to watch out for Westfield, or what Westfield has to watch out for themselves, rather, is what's called a stalling penalty. They're going to make sure that they continue to attack offensively. The referees are going to watch them to make sure they aren't just stalling and continuing to kill the clock with it being a running clock. Westfield's still going to have to show some offensive prowess and some movement and attack towards goal and not just stand in a corner and wait for somebody to come to them.
Yeah, they're going to have to make progress towards the goal. And there, again, Sawyer Strong, lefty shot, good save by Bernath.
If there's certainly a few highlights for the Noblesville team, it's been Mac Bernath all evening. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's really played well against a very, very good offense. A lot of good shooters on Westfield's team. Westfield with a clear up the middle. Dagger sets the pick. Lunsford moves the ball to Owen. Oh, nice save.
I don't know if that was a tip by Mack at the top of his stick, or if that was McDaniel that came over and got that.
Somebody came over and challenged high and was able to deflect that away from the goal. Strong moves the ball to the wing.
Good check by number 8, Colin Tabeka.
Yep. That ball's going to get out. Yep.
So that's a turnover there by that cross crease feed that we like to see Westfield run. Ball's going to get turned over with possession awarded to Braden Carpenter for the Millers.
Moves into the middle of the field. Picked off by Westfield.
You'd like to see Mack move the ball himself up the field a little bit more than that. He gets about to that 20-yard line, 25-yard line earlier in the game and kind of gets a little shell-shocked.
Yeah.
He's typically a defender in years past. He's played goalie in youth lacrosse and in times where he's been needed in high school, but he's got stick skills well enough where, and I know we've seen him run. We know he's fast enough to continue to leg it up. Westfield's not giving him a lot of face guard to try and stop him. You'd like to see him move his feet a little bit more there.
Noblesville settling for a lot of long passes on these clears, and that's really hard to do. Anything more than about 30 yards is really, they've tried a few of them here. Westfield moves the ball up, pushes to the middle. Shot, goal, 17. Keegan Krupp, second goal today.
Good right-handed shot and goal by Keegan Krupp.
Again, that hard overhand three-quarter bounce shot, very difficult to defend.
And to really say that this Westfield team has had one identity of having strong goals from fast breaks to slow breaks to settled offense, it's really been very balanced, and that's one thing. Sure enough, Coach Troy said that to me before the game. He goes, this team is very balanced. We've been the most team that they've been all season. The biggest team that Coach Troy has had in years past. This is a team that has aspirations of making it to Final Four weekend. They've come close in years past, maybe making it out of the first round or so of the playoffs, but not being able to make it past, a few of those big powerhouse programs that are in Central Indiana. But this year, especially because of that balancedness they have as a full team on offense, defense, and the face-off X, they really feel that this is the team that can absolutely get towards Final Four weekend.
Yeah, they've certainly shown a lot of balance, and as you said, they've scored multiple ways, lots in transition, and certainly from the offensive set as well.
So we've got a penalty flag down here against Westfield. I'm not sure what the call was. It was something I think that was down low off.
Carpenter with a shot. Assist, 22.
Yep.
Christian Harris.
So that was a good lefty feed from Christian for Braden to wrap around. I don't think there was any pick set or anything. It was just a same thing that Westfield had done to Noblesville earlier in the game. Noblesville came back and did to Westfield down that right side alley.
Yeah, Braden's last 4 shots have been worm burners or low to high, and that one was a nice three-quarter shot with great placement. So you like to see a little bit of variety when you're shooters so you don't become, so the goalie doesn't read you too early, and he switched it up there, and that was probably what gave him that goal.
So we have not seen any change in the offensive or defensive sets for Westfield or Noblesville. We've still got our starters out, which is good to see. Both of these teams are relatively young.
He lost that in the sun. You can see the setting sun there. He just lost that pass. It was a 5-yard pass, and he lost it. Noblesville comes up with it. And a timeout, Coach Milam.
So as I was saying, this and that's part of the reason why we're playing the varsity game first, which was requested by Westfield. A lot of that is just because we want to try and play the varsity game first because they don't want to have to double roster a lot of guys. So they'll play all their starters first, all their players in the game that matters most for the state rankings is the varsity game. But both of these teams are. Great shot by Braden. Good save by Ellis.
Save. Yep.
We've got about 50 seconds here on the clock with Westfield leading 17-4.
Oh, Westfield defender Lunsford took the brunt of that one. I think he's taken 2.
Noblesville still with the man-up opportunity.
It's a pass, so he's going to have to save that from going out of bounds. He does. Snyder picks it up. Shot on goal. Good save. That might have been a little wide of the goal, but it was a good save.
Great save by Ellis there. Getting, again, that was the right look, trying to get his off-stick hip. That shot by Snyder, he got his stick all the way around.
Noblesville's going to have one more shot on goal here. Well, maybe not. 10 seconds left.
Gavin Brown's going to disagree with you.
He's going to
get this shot off.
He's going to go for it. Going to get one shot off here. 3, 2, 1, shot.
It's good team lacrosse to see there. Despite the score, those guys are going to wrap that ball around and continue to not have what they call hero lacrosse, where one guy just shoots. They're going to swing the ball into 2 quick passes. But here at the end of this game, Andy, it looks like the score is over and the game has ended with Noblesville falling to the Westfield Shamrocks 4-17. As we wrap up this game right here, what are some takeaways that you'd like to tell the viewers here as we finish up the game?
Yeah, I think that, you said it earlier, this is as close a 17-4 game as we've probably seen in a long time. Both teams really playing strong all the way to the very end of the game. And despite a little bit of extracurricular activity, which can happen when you have rivalry games, both teams I know respect each other very, very much. And Westfield's got a very strong offense and solid play in goal and on defense. They're going to be a tough out for anybody moving forward. And Noblesville, is going to continue to build on some of the good things that they did today and the variety of shots that they take. And hopefully they can continue to keep it going here in the second half of the season.
Well, as we wrap up our coverage here of the varsity action, we'll be sure to thank our sponsor, Blades Audio Video Security. Blades Audio Video Security is Indiana's premier K-12 audio, video, and security provider. Blades AVS is a design-build firm that provides high-quality solutions that are designed, engineered, installed, and warrantied by our team of experts. For 18 years, we've been helping schools and local businesses see and hear more clearly. We've added securing your facilities to how we can serve you. So whether it's your sound systems, your displays, your network, or your building security, ask how experienced Blades Audio Video Security team can serve your business. Well, it's been good being on this call with you, Andy. It's always enjoyable. Stay tuned here as we have JV lacrosse to follow this varsity game here for both these teams of Westfield versus Noblesville. And we will we will pause for commercial break and a break in our coverage as we look forward to getting back here for an 8 o'clock start we anticipate of Noblesville versus Westfield JV game.